Now, I've never been the biggest fan of superhero things. I've seen about two Marvel movies, and when my friend first mentioned to me about Scarlet Witch, I thought they were talking about their period. But there is one superhero that I have an interest in, and I think I figured out why. When I was 6, I was at a friend's house, and he put on a DVD. It was Batman the Animated Series, and instantly I was hooked. The cold, brooding Gotham with its Art Deco stylings, the action, and the music. I was instantly fascinated with this world. It sparked a lifelong sort of interest with this character. In addition to that, also the villains. I had a crush on a couple of them, which informed later dating decisions, which I heavily regret. But I mean, look at Clayface. How could you not? But there were loads of things that I was into as a kid that I'm no longer into. Tig or tag, as the Americans would say it. Jam roly polies. That's an actual British thing. You can look that up. But why do I still somewhat care about Batman? And I think it's down to one topic, and that is just pain. All right. Not so much the actual pain that he went through. I'm not there going like, oh, go on, shoot his parents, shoot his parents. More so how he's actually dealt with that pain and what it tells us about ourselves and how we can change for the better. Now, of course, this is my own interpretation of why I like Batman. I'm sure there are a million people with a million different reasons for why they like Batman. I can only really speak for myself. But I was trying to dive into it because it is really an abnormality in the type of content that I take in. I don't really know anything about superheroes or comics in general. So I was trying to peel back the layers. Well, I found I don't really care for Bruce Wayne. He's not really something to aspire to. He's an orphan, which is sad, and he's very rich. Like if he was a real person, Twitter would try and cancel him rich. And then with Batman, I'm very out of shape. I ordered takeout like 3 times a day. I don't think I'd be well suited to several weeks of crime fighting on end. So then I was like kind of left with, well, why do I like this character then? And I realized its ideals. I think the ideal of Batman is something that really draws me in. Now, if you're watching this video, you've experienced pain. It's part of the human condition, whether that be, childhood trauma, the loss of someone close to you, sickness, etc., etc. I don't want to go sparking any bad memories. But for me personally, I have no right to speak on other people's pain. But the pain that I've gone through, I don't think I've handled it in the best way. And I think Batman has. You see, here's the point that I'm trying to make with this whole video, is when I think about personal things that I've gone through, I've always tried to deal with it in a way that either ignores it, trying to drown it out with substances, going out, other frivolous activities that I won't mention. I'm not murdering anyone. That was just meant to be about like hooking up with people. Or we try and we just forget it. That's sort of how I've always approached pain, is you try and either forget it, drown it out. You never really do the thing that Batman does with it. And that's transform into something that directly fights it. Now, I'm definitely not onto anything new here, but I'd like to take it out of the world of comics. I'm hoping that, some people who don't really care about Batman at all are watching this and see how we can really, use it to our own advantage. At a young age, Batman's parents are senselessly killed by a random act of crime, and he uses that pain to go on and try and fix the very thing that caused it. It's very obvious. We all know the story, and the symbolism is right there with him fearing the bat and then becoming the bat, becoming the knight. Now, this is all great, but it's a bit impractical when I'm saying let's apply it to our real life, because at the end of the day, there's no cartoonish villains roaming around the streets. I mean, that's kind of true. I used to live in a place called Nottingham, and there was a guy dressed up as a Joker, and he attacked someone with a bowling ball. If you type in Nottingham Joker, you'll find it. The supervillains we actually have to face in our world, not in some uber slick comic book world, aren't the people who have wronged us necessarily, or the situations that have caused us pain. It's the lingering voices that are left over. It's the voice in the back of your head telling you you'll never overcome that one thing. Or we can even broaden it. It's not just pain that we're dealing with. It's also lingering insecurities. It's the thing that when you look in the mirror, it says you're not good enough. Now that's what we need to confront. Those are the supervillains that we need to face, not by drowning them out with substances or meaningless sex or any other sort of debauchery, you know. It's with direct confrontation and transforming ourselves into something better, something more than just that pain, a direct response to it, something that's made us a better person. We've stared at that very hard thing in our life, and we've chosen the path of it becoming something good. Now, Batman's mission is never over. There will always be crime in Gotham, but does he let that stop him? No, he doesn't. There's nobility in just going about things the right way, aspiring to be something bigger than yourself, better than yourself, and something for a force for good, overcoming your own demons. Now, I understand this is all quite flowery language, you know, this is by no means a substitute for therapy, and I doubt anyone's magically being fixed by watching this, but I hope the message can resonate with some people, and I think that sort of ethos is the reason that to this day, you know, I still care about Batman. So stay safe. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for watching this video, and take care.